Guys, let's talk about something real quick. Let's talk about something real quick, okay? If you don't know me, you probably don't know that I've been rocking Irish setter boots for a very, very long time. Oh no. Don't worry. I'm strong. I just got a new pair of Irish setter boots in here. Now, I am partnered with Irish Setter, but I don't come to y'all blowing smoke. I show up with receipts. So we went through my Instagram. I went through my Instagram, and I want to bring some pictures up from when I've been posting on social media. I've been using Red Wing Irish Setter boots since 2018. Here's a post that I made in March of 2019. And there's some before, but you can't really see the boots very clear. But I've been using these since 2018. I've been pretty much exclusively Red Wing Irish Setter boots from the get-go. I've tried a couple other brands of boots, and I'm not trying to knock any specific brand names. They've never lasted more than a couple months. And not that the boot hasn't lasted. The boots have more life in them, but none of them were ever as comfortable, as durable, as good looking as the Irish Setter boots. Okay, I am a huge fan of the Wing Setter boots. I just love their boots. So I started out with the Ashby boot, which had the mock toe, I believe they call it, which is what I'm wearing in this photo right here, and I absolutely loved them. And then they got their wing shooter, which I really just I absolutely love the wing shooter. So here is another photo of me in my wing shooter boots. This is where's the date on here? I don't see the date on here, but I believe this was also 2019. These are all in chronological order. Here's a picture of, I have the Marshalls, which are the cowboy boots. Then I have those are the wing shooter, but they're I think they're the 6-inch, then the wing shooter 9-inch, and then my Ashby's. Which again, this was, yeah, so October 2019-ish was when this photo was taken. So you can see in October of 19, I was already rocking these boots had been ran through, right? Another photo. Again, these are all moving up forward towards now with date wise. There's me in my boots. There's me framing a 4,000 square foot build in my boots. Here's me sitting on a roof in my boots. Here's me doing cabinetry in my boots. Here's me loading up a trailer. You can't see. Let me move it up. Doing loading up my trailer in the boots. Here's me sitting doing some blues, looking at some spec sheets in my boots. Me loading up t-shirts in my boots. Me cleaning out the back of my truck in my boots. Framing up a cutting stack in my boots. This was me framing up my own personal home that I'm sitting in right now in my boots. More pictures of me framing up my house in my boots. So when I'm gonna talk to you here for the next minute about these boots, just know I'm not doing this to blow smoke. I'm not doing this as a partnership thing. I am partnered with Red Wing, but I'm not doing it for that, right? I was wearing their boots long before I ever even talked to them in any way, shape, or form. I don't speak about anything, whether it's Red Wing, whether it's Jobber, whether it's Spot On, whether it's Nuvo. I use everything I talk about. I like everything I talk about. If you knew how many things are sitting around my house that people have sent to me and asked me to make videos about that I don't make videos about, you would realize I am a 100% honest, genuine person, and I'm not going to blow smoke. If I don't like something, I am definitely not going to tell you guys about it. And I tell brands that all the time, like, hey, you want to send me a pair of your boots? If I don't like them, I'm not going to talk about them. And I have boots that are sitting in a trash bag in the back that I'm going to give away from other brands that sent me boots. And I'm not knocking the boots. They weren't for me. Irish Setter fits my foot. They last long. I still have my first pair of Irish Setter boots. I don't wear them, but they're kind of keepsakes. I'm just keeping them because they were my first pair of Irish Setter boots. But I wanted to open these up brand new, crisp for you and show you guys what these things look like out the box. Okay? I will say this. These boots, by far, I'm talking about not even close comparison, not even in the same. I mean, when you're talking about other boots, you're talking about high school versus NFL, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's just not in the same league at all, right? I mean, you're probably talking about baseball versus football. Like it's not even the same. It's not even the same sport. I can put these boots on out of the box and work an entire 9-hour day. I'm a business owner. We don't do 8-hour days. It's never happens. And I am completely fine. They have an awesome tongue where you can get your foot in there, but they also have the webbing between the boot and your back part. I don't know what the technical term is, to where you actually have the ability to seal it in there, so you're not getting a bunch of stuff in your boots. If you're kicking around dirt, dust, sticks, sawdust, this kind of keeps you from having that issue. It also helps for rigidity of the tongue of your boot, where your tongue doesn't start to droop down inside your boot. I wish I brought some of my other boots. Sometimes you'll have boots where the tongue starts to like sink down into your boot. With this webbing, it holds this tongue up and crisp for no matter how long you use your boots. So I think that's a important aspect of the boot. The other thing is the laces. I've only replaced laces in my 2 oldest pairs of boots. They'll start to bunch on you here. They'll pull apart. They'll bunch. But again, that's after about 4 years that happens. So you will probably have to replace your shoelaces before you have any problems with your boots. The sole of the boot. I love this sole. I frame in this boot. I also do. I'll be honest. I do everything in this boot. I was gonna say I literally will. There's nothing I won't do in this boot. I've hunted in these boots. I've hiked in these boots. I've framed in these boots. These boots technically are multi-use. They're hunting boots. They're construction boots. I mean, you can really do anything in these boots. I have the composite toe, which I just recommend in general. And it works awesome, but it's not to the point where you're going to start losing your leather on the front. Now, I've done a lot of concrete work where my toes are hitting the ground. I've gotten scuffs. I've gotten some flares on the front, as you can see from. Let me pull up that picture of my old boots for you guys. As you can see in this photo here, I've let me see, make it bigger for you guys. Can I make it bigger or no? I don't know if I can make it bigger, but you can see here in the front, you can see they're scuffed up, right? But they're not actually blown through. You're not seeing the composite toe coming through the leather. Now I'm not a plumber, so I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not that I've been on my toes for every single day, all day, but I've done concrete work or I've done work on concrete where my toe hits, whether I'm framing bottom plates, drilling in lag bolts, stuff like that. And I've never really been concerned about it or babied them in any way. They have a nice padding here in the back, which I really like. It helps with the back of your foot to where you're not getting chafed or anything like that. Some of them just have like a leather inside, which I'm not a fan of. These are soft. I love that the loop in the back actually fits fat fingers. Okay, I don't know about you, but I do know a lot of blue collar builders got really fat fingers, and sometimes they have these loopholes that you can't fit your finger through. I can even fit my chunky little thumb in here, right? So that's a huge thing when putting your boots on, is actually being able to use this tab to put your boot on. The stitching, I don't know if you guys will be able to see the stitching. Let's see if I can get the camera. There it is. The stitching is primo. It's creme de la creme. It is beautiful. And it stays. I've had, again, like I said, on the front toe here, I've had some flaring here on the toe after a few years of just using them. But that's with any boot. No stitching. I've had little bits of stitches come out over the years, but I've never had stitching come out to where it actually affected the wear of the boot. These are, if you can see here, these are ultra dry waterproof. So if you're splashing water on here, you're jumping through puddles because you just want to have a joyful day. They're not going to soak your socks. I don't know what else to say about them, guys. I really don't. All I can say is that I like them better than the Thorogoods. I like them better. I don't want to drop names. Thorogood is pretty much the only other brand that I've heard people compare to Irish Setter. There's a lot of other brands. I'm not even going to mention them because they don't compare. It's not the same ballpark. These boots are by far, in my opinion, the best boots on the market, and you can take that to the bank. If you guys wear Irish Setter, Wing Setter, or even their Marshall cowboy boots, or even their Ashbys, leave it in the comments below. Let me know if you've rocked Irish Setter and what you think about them. I absolutely love them. I've heard some horror stories being like the sole of my boot came off. I think it's one of those few and far betweens. I think I've heard one or two people say that. And I think it's like with anything. Sometimes you get a bad pair, and they just fall apart on you. But overall, the consensus through hundreds of comments and mentions of Irish Setter, it's all been positive except for maybe one or two. So if you guys have used Irish Setter and you love it, let me know in the comments. If you used Irish Setter and you don't like it, let me know in the comments. Let me know what boots you're rocking right now in the comment section. I'll go ahead and say that I think Irish Setter is the blue collar boot of the century. I actually, and not to knock Red Wing because Red Wing does make Irish Setter, I prefer Irish Setter boots over Red Wing boots. I find these boots to be more comfortable. I find that the break-in period is pretty much non-existent. And the durability, I haven't seen a difference. I have a pair of Red Wing boots. I have not really seen a difference in the durability or the wear and tear. So again, I would recommend if you're a blue collar guy that's going out there to scuff your boots up, save a little money, get your Irish Setter boots versus the Red Wing, unless you're just really attached to the Red Wing brand of boot. Again, this boot runs you around 200 to 240, and it is worth every penny. I've seen boots a lot more. I've seen boots in the 300s and the 380s. And that don't compare to this. So again, guys, if you want to check out Irish Setter, please check out the link below and go grab yourself some wing shooters. These are the, I believe they're the 9. I want to say they're the 9-inch, or is it the 8-inch? Let me double check on that for you. Yeah, so these are the Wing Shooter ST 8-inch boot, and they're gonna run you anywhere from 204 to about 240 for a pair of these boots. And I highly recommend it, guys. If you want to check them out, again, click the link and let me know what you think. I'll see y'all on the next one. Much love.